Hi everyone, thanks for watching CS Academy Worldwide Platform. This is Sabihuddin Ahmed, and today we are going to focus on correction of errors with the use of case. As far as case of statement is concerned, and this structure basically has lots of meaning if you are unable to use if structure. So in as an alternative you can use case. So if you have this here, so you can keep on watching that what are the rules and what are the guidelines which you should keep in your mind. See, basically while using case structure you have to keep some rules in your mind. The first one is the case is used as a switchboard where it focuses or tracks on the options or choices. You can say any of these two words. Secondly, it can be used as a replacement of if then and if statement. Basically, if you are comfortable in using if then as a statement, so you will be using this easily. Otherwise, if you have some difficulties in understanding if then and if statement, so there won't be any way out. So you have to understand if then statements. And but if you have large number of choices or large number of you can say options, so you can just use with the end case. So next is case must be terminated with end case. As you know that case, you start case variable of, you will see the structure associated with this presentation. And then you have another rule, that is case structure can be used within a loop. It must be ended properly like if structure. So if you want to incorporate within a loop, you can use easily. And you can just if you want to show the menu and if you want to track the menus options using case statement is very easy. So now rule number 5, each condition must be treated as separate module which corresponds the option choice entered. That means if you enter one, so what is corresponding with the one option, so that particular module or subroutine will be called up. The sixth one is case can allow you to count any values on the basis of condition or choices. It must be properly selected so that the count can be done category wise. That means if you have one choice, let's suppose you want to track total number of ones, how many times one has been selected. So you will be able to just put a sub counter in relation with one, or you can see which corresponds one choice. That means whenever one, how many times one was pressed. So on each occurrence of one entered, so you'll see that counter will be moving on. That means it will count one by one. So in this way you can easily track your program or your sudos and something like that. So you can see the structure I am just going to present you here. So you can see the syntax. Now see and just try to understand. The choices are number based. That means the choices are number based. And first of all, the structure, you can see the case variable. Variable means the variable, the input identifier to receive values from the user. Case variable of, that means here the user choice will receive, and then of is the structure. Case is also the part of a structure. And then you have seen that number of statements or modules you're going to call on the variable's value. That means the value you will enter which will corresponds to these statements. Now if you have entered 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, if number of choices are greater than these, right, so they will call the statements corresponds to the choice. Now otherwise comes here, this is a default output message. That means you have to message any reasonable message, and reasonable message. This way you will see that this will, whenever anything goes wrong, and you can see the end case ultimately. Now here, let's suppose this is how the numbers are working. Let's suppose you are given choices 1 till 4. So if choice 1 comes here, the one choice statements will be executing. 2, 3 and 4, so you will see all 4 statements will execute accordingly as the switches work. So 1 will be treated as switch 1, 2 will be and 3 will be treated as switch 3, and 4 will be treated as switch 4. So you can see the choices or the numbers you have focused or tracked numbers, and on each number the option will be this, the statement all, and so and so. So now next is your character based input, that is you can see character based or string, but string will you will see later on. Okay, you will see the string later on, right? So here you will see I have focused character. In the next slide how these are tracked, and you will see that how to use them. Now normally you will see that the case structure has one. Now here I have considered values are changed in the case. So you have set A, B, C, and D, four different cases. If you are see and note, please notice this thing here, that I have put this with the single code. The code represents that this is a type of character. So now case is focus or correspond to the input of the from the user. So now input from the user is of character base. So the character is focused here, and ultimately the structure has changed to receive characters, and you can see this works this way, and the structure remains same, otherwise the default. And here if anything goes wrong, okay, if anything goes wrong, so you will see that this will come up with this default message and end case, which will terminate all the statements within case of structure. So I hope that you will understand this thing. Now next slide, which will focus on uh, some other issues. See examples of case, otherwise, and case with number, character, and string inputs. So this will concept to see. The first case is you are just going to use, I have just put all these three options here so that you can distinguish that which thing is written in which mode or how to write, right? So syntax choices are number based. Now you are inputting the value from user into choice. So choice will receive the value. That means the statement input will help in show to receive the user response into choice, and then choice is transferred to the case choice. That means the choice value, the item within the choice, that means the item, the choice is acting like a container which will receive the value or the choice from the user. The item, the value is received into choice, and then the choice is transferring the flow to one. So this is the type of number. So you can see if you press number 1, the output, the calculation will be a equals to a plus 1, the plus positive counter will start. That means the natural numbers will start. Okay, so now here you can see if the choice is 2, now you will see that the even numbers will be starting, they start, right? And 3, if your division is done by 3, is the D multiplied by 4. So you have set 4 options, and the 4 options are corresponding to the choice entered. Now the same is structure you have understood, that otherwise you have input, you have set the message invalid choice. Why? Right, output invalid choices. Output invalid choices means, that means this is like 5. So 5 is not tracked over here, so ultimately the default message will guide you that this is invalid choice. In that case with the structure end case, so that is your that is your output. Now here I have used the just the simple, the same variable. Choice is for number, choice is for character, and the choice is for string coming ahead. Right now input, enter your choice. So choice again does the same exercise, load or receive from the user with this, with the value, with this help of input statement is on A, B, C, D. Remember that this is the simple character based input, right? You have made a switch or change the structure of switch into character based, so this also works, right? Otherwise output invalid choices, if you have entered, let's suppose P, K, L, M, any other characters other than the focused characters or other than the mentioned characters, okay, so you will see that the default invalid message will appear. And so moving on to the next, that is text based or string based. So as you know that the string means whenever you are going to receive values in a form where the characters are more than one becomes a string. The characters are more than one becomes a string. So right, so you will be seeing this way. So you can see that I have entered add. That means the input statement will accept a double d add. Again, the same exercises for this option. You can see, and please notice this thing, that is double quote add, and add is written within double quote. Means that you have to type in a double d add for performing addition. S should be subtractions. The short for subtraction is sub, and then MUL for multiplication, short for multiplication, and div for divide. So these four options are working in the same way. The message remains the same, the default same, the structure remains the same. But I just want to let you know that in some cases, in some languages, this single character quote or string case depends upon that if the structure or construct supports them or not. But as far as the case, otherwise end case is concerned, we can just improvise this thing into this, that to understand up to our level is that you can just track numbers, characters, and strings if given, or if you are required to develop any system or where you are incorporating case statement, case structure, right? So I hope this will have cleared your concept, and I hope that you will be understanding this thing. And in the next video you will see the other technicalities of programming and pseudo codes. So thanks for watching.